Welcome back to the Take Two podcast. I'm your boy T, and over there we got Jay.
What's going on, man?
Man, you already know it. It's a special episode, late on a Thursday or Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. We're
Yeah.
supposed
So
to
we
do this
can,
on Monday.
but first day of school.
Yeah, life.
Wife's birthday. Things just kept coming up. I
Yeah.
apologize for delaying. You know what I
Hey,
mean? But
it's all good. It's all good. We're diving into episode 2 of Lanterns, man. So
yeah, I know our fanatics or our followers are wondering our thoughts on episode 2. So I'm sorry to delay the process, y'all. So let's get to it.
yeah, man. I'll start off with first and foremost. Enjoyed the episode. Didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed episode 1, just in general. I don't know why. Maybe it was just the hype of the first episode and the unknown of what it was going to be. And then now that I knew what it was going to be, I was expecting it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Very much still enjoyed it, but I was just that first episode for some reason just out the gate caught me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can understand your how you feel. I can understand you feel that way, but I feel differently. I really enjoyed the second episode.
Yeah.
Again, maybe it's the kid in me coming back, because as a kid I did read comic books.
Yeah.
So the spoiler alert, I'm gonna throw this out there, but I'm sure they've already seen the episode.
Yeah. You watching this, you definitely have seen the episode.
Yeah. I like how they're introducing Martian Manhunter. He's a Superman tier level character, and I think we're going to get to see him real soon. So I like how they introduce that character.
That was one of my questions because I know that you are a comic book person than I am. The way they're talking about this, they're saying manhunters, right?
Yeah.
With an S. So is there like a race of people who are like the manhunters, and there's like one specific one that we know of, just like Kryptonians, but the one Kryptonian that we know is Superman. You know what I mean? Is it like that?
We've got one Martian Manhunter that's on Earth, and it's been a long time since I read any Green Lantern comic books. But
gotcha.
Martian Manhunter ends up becoming one of the Justice League members.
Gotcha.
So he fights alongside Superman, Green Lantern, and Batman.
Gotcha. So, do you have any? Do you think they have already shown us who the Martian Manhunter is, and we just don't know who they are? You know what I mean? Any of the characters that are there in disguise as, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm hoping it's going to be a surprise when he's actually revealed. Because I rewatched the episode today.
Okay.
Just because I was seeing some things online about the episode. I'm like, all right, did they introduce him already and I just missed it and I didn't pick up on it? I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, you know much more about the comics than I do, so I don't know if it matters or not. But I do think that the sheriff is quite mysterious to me right now.
Agreed.
She seems to have been like, this is not your jurisdiction, and then surprised that they're aliens, but then she actually knew there were aliens there the whole time, and she knew that there was the metal detectors were actually alien detectors. You know what I mean? So part of me is almost kind of like maybe she could possibly be it, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's something strange about her, and
something's happening.
Of course, they're portraying her father-in-law as the devious character, but I think that may be a twist there. I think they're gonna throw us for a loop with him somehow.
Yeah, so, he's definitely at the very least, he's like I think I said last week, he's like a human supremacist, right? Like he is anti anything alien. He isn't necessarily a bad guy. We don't know. He could be, but he's definitely has this pro-human, anti-alien thing going on. So, it's interesting. Speaking of him, who do you think he works for? This NDA that they've mentioned it twice now. My client, I can't say him. I have an NDA. Who could it be?
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor is the number one name that pops in my head, right? It makes sense.
Yeah. And I mean, when they're saying I can't, he
I can't disclose.
He's that guy in DC Comics. So, I'm assuming it's Lex Luthor for sure.
I also think it's Lex Luthor. I have heard a theory that it could be Bruce Wayne. Just,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah. You know what? That could be.
I don't know enough about DC as far as like who would be rich enough to be able to do that. But
Bruce
those are the
Wayne for
two names
sure.
I know. Those are
Yeah,
two names I know who have enough money to do something like that.
for sure. So I kind of want to switch topics a little bit,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
let's take it to the guys or the group of men that abducted
yeah. John Stewart.
John Stewart. Damn.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out what their role is in this because they're looking for Martian Manhunter, or
Yes.
I'm sorry, they're looking for
For
Manhunters.
Manhunters. Right.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, who is this group? And
Fantastic scene, by the way.
yeah,
An
so
incredible scene. I loved it.
bro, it was probably my favorite scene in the whole show.
Yeah, I
Um,
have
on
one
the
I
whole
think is a little
episode,
bit better, but
really,
yeah. But let's get to this one first. Let's go to this one.
because here's the thing: the acting of Aaron was awesome. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
he was great.
yeah, he's a phenomenal actor, man.
He really is.
He's growing to be one of my favorite actors
That's
of modern. Yeah, he's
yeah,
getting after it, man. So,
yeah.
um,
That scene was fantastic because there was so much like he's being abducted, right? He's
mhm,
a protagonist in this, so you automatically assume that the people who are abducting him are villains, right?
right,
That's the assumption. But then you see that they are grieving people who uh, have had their people wiped out or lied to. Right? It's a little bit vague, right? But there's something about them that they are trying. They're looking for revenge, looking to make things right. And so, in their eyes, they seem justified, and they don't seem like bad guys because they are telling him the truth from
right.
what we know, compared to Hal Jordan, who has been keeping him in the dark about a lot of stuff. You know?
Right. So you know what I think? Again, I just came up with this theory right now as you speak.
Hmm.
I'm thinking you got now that you mentioned Bruce Wayne, I think you got one group like the sheriff working for Bruce Wayne
Okay,
or Lex Luthor, and this other group is working for whoever the other person is,
gotcha.
trying to find the same person.
Yeah, looking
So
for the
that's
same alien.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
just now that you mentioned that, I'm gonna just throw that out there as a possibility, as a plot theory.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Um,
And
oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, and l- it's interesting to see Hal Jordan injured. Because I understand the ring died, the ring lost its
Hmm.
power
You
and
took that
immediately
shot.
charged. Yeah, and he got injured. So I'm just
Hmm.
like, they're showing the humanity there.
Yeah,
Which is not typically what you see in a DC movie or film or series, is because their superheroes are damn near invincible.
they
You
really
know,
are.
Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman, and then you're starting to see some humanity with Hal Jordan. I like it, bro. I
I
like it.
I do too. I do too. Now, I was gonna say, you said that was your favorite scene, was when they abducted him and they had that whole conversation.
Well,
My
my favorite scene was the interrogation scene.
interrogation scene, right?
After he was
After he
abducted,
was
and
abducted, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yes. My favorite scene was after he got released from them. He went to the diner and he's talking to the girl, Macon's wife. That was so
yeah,
good because you got a chance to see, like, John Stewart has been very closed off, right? It's very much his entire persona is this uh, strict military life. It feels like, right, from his dad, his upbringing. You don't really know much about him, and you got a chance to see someone else who feels like they have a little bit of a closed off life, and he opened up a little bit. They talk about their
yeah,
white men, right? It was really good. It was great writing, especially for the modern day, times that we live in, where these two minorities can just sit there and talk about their the white men in their life and how
yeah,
they feel slightly slighted by them. I thought it was
yeah,
really interesting to put that in the show like this, which is great. It's commentary that we need.
yeah.
That we
That
need
was
people to be
great
thinking about.
dialogue. That
Yeah.
was great dialogue for sure. But it was a great scene. I
Hmm.
completely agree. But again, I wouldn't put it on par with my favorite one. It just
Yeah.
because I like to see you should be able to read the scene by facial expressions, and I think that scene with Aaron Pierre,
Yeah.
you can see the intensity in his face.
Yeah.
And
He definitely was.
the scene you're talking about, it was very mellow. I mean, I liked how it was shot, the lighting. I mean,
Hmm.
I think this show is well directed. Like
For sure.
it is well directed.
For sure.
So
For sure. What I
I
liked
I
too,
get what you're
though,
saying.
what I like to is where that scene led directly into the next scene where he was with Hal Jordan, right? He gave him the lantern to charge. He brought the suit, even though Hal told him not to bring the suit, and he was like, "Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to disrespect it." Like you got to see him kind of give him some pushback for the first time a little bit. We got to see him push back against him, tell him about manhunters, telling him, you just saw him crack a little bit, right? He got mad because he saw that Hal Jordan pulled he destroyed the car with those dead people inside of it. You know what I mean? Like you see him cracking a little bit, and we as an audience learned that he's a lot more powerful than Hal is leading him to believe that he is, right? With the whole bird and keeping it alive and projecting it while not having the ring, which was great. Which I do want to ask you, do you have an idea of what you think the significance of that bird was?
I don't.
So I don't. I've been thinking honestly, about that.
I haven't even looked into the symbolism of that. I haven't thought about it at all, but now I'm gonna be thinking about it. So appreciate you putting that in my brain.
I just, when we saw the bird, right? Like it was, for me, I didn't even think about it until the very end when he created this bird. The bird's with him the whole time, and with that interrogation scene, we learned that it's pretty impressive that he's able to keep it. He said it's damn near impossible for him to keep it alive and keep it projecting, even though he doesn't have a ring. And at the end, Hal was like, "What's up with the bird?" And he was like, "It's just a bird," and he crushes it, right, and gets rid of it.
Yeah,
it was like. In that moment, I was like, "Oh, that bird really meant something."
It means
he had to put the guard back up real quick. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like. I don't know what it is, but it felt like it meant something. Maybe it's childhood, maybe something. I don't know.
100%. No, I agree with you. I mean, now you got me thinking about it, and I'm replaying it in my head. You're right. That bird meant something, and I wonder what the symbolism is there.
Yeah, and it's significant. And the only thing I can think of is that he was told to fly, and he couldn't, but he was able to project something that flew, and it was just flying all around him the whole time. And so maybe it's just like a little bit of a projection of what he wishes he could be or wants to be, or I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's more to it than that.
I think
it's something from his past for sure.
Yeah.
But you talked about how the episode wasn't as
good as the first. I really loved it though. Don't take it the wrong way. I really did enjoy it.
So I'm saying I like that they stuck to the storyline. He is still trying to solve this mystery.
Yes, this is agreed.
As he's working this case. And then what about the hospital scene? He's the only guy in that whole hospital. He's walking out and all that equipment is brand spanking new, and he's just like, it's mind boggling. Even that got my brain spinning. Like, all right, what is going on here?
You're right.
And that's why I'll say it started to draw me in more. And so when you was like, it didn't draw you in as much as the first episode, I'm like, how? Like,
I feel you.
They're unearthing some things, and they're not answering those questions right away. You know what I mean?
Which I do love. So I definitely, like I said, I definitely, I don't want to get into it. I definitely enjoyed it. I just, that first episode to me for some reason was just like, I didn't know what to expect, and I was just like, I was floored at how beautiful it looked, and the style of them together. Like it just felt different than what I was expecting.
It's the pilot. That's what they got to do. They got to draw you, and they got to hook you. They got to hook you, and now they're telling the story. But I mean, it drew me in even more, and I'm like, all right, man, where's the next episode? I almost wish that I could stop and then binge it and watch it all.
This is so much better. I love the anticipation of the next episode. Man. I love sitting here thinking about it for a week and talking about it for sure. What's funny though, you mentioned the detective side of it. Someone, I think it was on Instagram, one of our comments, they said something about like the shows, they seem to have gotten back to the roots of DC, which is Detective Comics, right? With Lanterns, with Penguin, with
Bruce Wayne, the world's greatest detective.
The Batman movie was very detective style. Like they're getting away from the whole like pomp and circumstance of superheroes and getting back to detective. And I was like, man, that's really true. It really has turned, made a turn to that, and it's really great. It's to me, these shows are better than any show that Marvel has done. Any show.
Yeah. Oh, series, for sure. And
For
I will
sure.
tell you, I would love to see another Batman movie where it focuses on his detective skills.
This
Like,
last one was
yeah,
pretty damn good as far as like focusing on detective work for
right,
sure.
because it shows
Yeah,
what Batman does best. I mean, yeah, he's a
yeah,
super high evolutionary martial artist,
yeah,
but his brain, he is on par as one of the smartest superheroes out there. And a lot
yeah.
of people don't know, like they don't give him credit for that. Like they
Right,
call him the world's greatest detective for
for
a
a
reason.
reason. Yeah,
And his prep work, he can take down almost any superhero.
yeah,
And okay, he's got his brain powers on par with like Lex Luthor and Tony Stark.
yeah,
This dude is smart. Yeah,
yeah. So, but before we go, I know we're getting close to our time here. I got
yeah,
to ask you about that cliffhanger. He goes and sees him, and what's his name, Sinestro, right?
yes.
And you know, he says, "Tell me about the manhunters," and he's like, "If there's a manhunter out there, that's the second biggest threat to you. Now you tell me about John Stewart." Oh, that was
Yes,
so good.
yes,
Oh, I was
and
like, that's
that's
so
why
good.
I wish I could watch it back to back to back. I'm like no. That's why I wanted to binge them because I didn't want to leave on that cliffhanger. But yeah, that was good. When he got there, I didn't know who he was going to see. But when he went to the prison and they showed Sinestro, I was like, man, they're bringing out all the big guns. So that's let's go. Let's go. I'm ready for episode 3, man.
Yeah, episode 3 is going to be a good one this coming Sunday. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it for sure.
No
Hopefully
doubt.
they I want to see more backstory. I really want to see growing up as a kid backstory.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Hey, look, man, we're gonna close it out, man. We love to hear y'all thoughts on what we think of Lanterns thus far. Please chime in, hit that like and subscribe button, and then leave your comment and tell us what you think about the Lanterns. And we're out of here. Take Two Podcast. See y'all next week.